lovely Tarantula Girl, coming to you from Carlsbad, New Mexico. Back again with Damien Schoolman. Today he's going to show us something super duper amazing. A few years ago he got a wacky idea to try to build a naturalistic colony enclosure for Monocentropus balfouri. Now what did I think? I think, cool, take a lot of balfouri and end up with one. But it was successful. So let's take a look at that enclosure now. So tell me a little bit about how you set this up and what on earth you were thinking at the time, please.
Well, they come from the island of Socotra, off the coast of Africa. It's a very small island, and this is set up this way because if you look at images of it, it's all rock. I mean, it's just covered in rock, and it's got these weird, they're kind of like a boab tree.
Mm-hmm.
They look like a tree that's growing upside down.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I threw the jade plants in here. But it's a very small island, and there's a rather large population of them there. So they have to live
Communally.
next to each other, you know? They have no choice.
So how many animals did you start off with, and approximately what ages and sizes were they that you introduced to the colony?
They're all from the same sack, and they were shipped to me about 4th instar. They were still pretty small. Small enough that I put them in a small deli container to start.
Okay.
And I transferred them to a slightly larger, like the disposable Glad bowls.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I got them to about an inch, and then I transferred them into this. So they're all sack mates, and I've never introduced something from outside into the colony to see what would happen.
Okay. How many animals did you introduce in the beginning?
11.
And do you have any idea how many you have left? I know you said you had to die off of males at one point.
Right. I put 11 in here. I counted the full 11 going in, so I still had 11 when we started it. And then I had 6 males mature out and have since all passed. So I should have 5 females in here, but as of yet, I've never been able to visually confirm more than 2 at one time.
Okay. They stay underground for the most part. From what you can see, do all of the females have individual dens, or do you have any idea? I know you don't see them very often.
I don't think they do. There's multiple openings here and there, and I've seen females come out of one opening and into another. And the way I've stacked the rocks, there's actually like pretty much an open cavity back there.
Okay. I know that this is the actual enclosure is a custom build, but break down a little bit for me the building process of the substrate, the materials, how you built it, and what the materials were.
The enclosure is built by Jim Menifee. He has a website. I should probably put that out there. The substrate is topsoil, so just ordinary garden topsoil you'd pick up at your hardware store. And then the rocks are pumice stone. I found a supplier who did pumice stone in bulk, large pieces, small pieces, and so I put together a combination of stones I thought would work. And
Looks like you have a piece of wood back there.
Mopani wood. I had a large piece of Mopani wood from another project, and since it is a very dense hardwood, doesn't rot, doesn't mold, so I figured that would be able to take up some space and I wouldn't have to worry about fungus or anything like that when I do add moisture into this habitat. It's a trio of jade plants. This one's, I think they call it devil's tongue, is a desert succulent, so they do well on low water. Their natural habitat on the island of Socotra is a desert island, but it's an island. No rain, but lots of humidity. I'll use a water sprayer and mist inside periodically, and then when feeding, I'll scoop up about a dozen crickets or half dozen large roaches at a time and just throw them all in at once.
I think that this was an amazing experiment, and I really just wanted to see what was going to happen with somebody else's balfouri. For all we know, there are slings down in some of those burrows, mothers sitting on egg sacs. Who knows? That was a captive communal colony of Monocentropus balfouri with Schoolman, and just doesn't get any cooler than that. So thank you, Schoolman.
Thank you.